What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? Hello, everybody. Hello, ATL sports fans. Hello, Falcons fans. Hello, Braves fans. Hello, Hawks fans. Go Dogs. Hello, Dogs fans. This is a pop-up show from For My ATL Sports tonight. Not a long show. Just going to talk about these Falcons, the moves that they made, the impact that that can have, and generally just what's going on and the direction of our beloved Atlanta Falcons. So, this is For My ATL Sports. I am your host, T. Will. Please like and subscribe and spend a little time with your boys. So, without further ado, here we go. Unless you've been really busy this week, uh, you've probably heard the moves the Falcons have made. The Falcons traded for Matthew Judon from the Patriots, a devastating rusher, a very, 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 very good pass rusher. A very, 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 very good addition that we are adding to our defensive line. Make no mistake about it. This defensive line was already good. We got Grady. We got David Onyemata. We got a whole bunch of folks coming back. We got Eddie, Eddie Kane Jr., Eddie Malcolm coming back. Um, we got Rook. We got some stars. And this defensive line, specifically the interior defensive line, was going to be a good one, is going to be a good one, is going to be a great one. But the one thing we were missing was the pass rush. The one thing we were missing was a way to get to the quarterback, and we have that now. We have that now. What does that mean? Well, that means that we can do multiple things on defense. We can do a lot on defense. Um, we can rush the quarterback. We can drop in the zone. Hey, Wallace, how you doing, man? How you doing? Hopefully you're doing well, man. Good to see you on a Friday. Wallace, we're just talking about these Falcons, man, and the moves that they made. So, hey, all is well, doing good. Um, yeah, like I say, just talking about it. But anyway, um, I think it's interesting. I think that this is the first time that I've seen in my 45 years as a Falcons fan that they are actually going for it. Okay. They've made some aggressive moves this year. And I really think, if things go our way, we're in a position to make a deep run. All right. So we traded for Matthew Judon. We now can rush the passer. What that does is that impacts so many other pieces on your defense, right? Because now you can blitz Caden Ellis and you got to make a choice, right? Make no mistake about it. Caden Ellis is a very good rusher, very good blitzer. And between him and Matthew Judon, who are you going to pick, right? You still got Grady, who is a good rusher. You got David, who is a very good rusher. So it really is pick your poison. We have an excellent, 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 excellent front seven, and we just got better yesterday because we got a guy that if it's 3rd and 8, 3rd and 5, and you got to have it, he can get there. Okay. There's not a lot of them. They're guys that maybe can put pressure on the quarterback. They're guys that can force the quarterback off his spot. But as far as it's third and we got to have it, it's third and the mortgage is due. It's third and it's do or die. There are very few individuals who are a guaranteed commodity when it comes to getting to that quarterback. And that is what Mr. Matthew Judon is. So it's a great move, right? Not only did we do that, not only did we do that, but so many of you have been saying, yeah. I mean, hey, Jesse is a great safety, but just not sure about, the other safeties that we have. Just not sure about that. So, hey, this Justin Simmons guy out there, it would be great if we could sign him. I mean, it would be really good if we could just go out and sign him, right? And what happens? What happens? Well, last week we get some injuries, you know. Uh, yeah, so Wallace says, and let me spotlight you, Wallace. Put you on here. Wallace says, I'm doing good, Terry. And with these two additions, we just need the team to stay healthy with the two moves we made to be. Yes, very much so, Wallace. Matter of fact, even though Big Country told me it was my fault, I'm going to knock on wood uh, and pray to the good Lord that the rest of our season is healthy because you have a great point. If we don't stay healthy, you know what it is. So hopefully Hopefully we will stay healthy. Hopefully we will. But and you know, to your point, Wallace, if we can stay healthy, this Atlanta Falcons team can do a lot. All right. From the get, this was going to be a high-powered offensive team. But with what we've added to our defense, we can get after it. We can play any way you want to play, right? You want to play 17-13, let's go. You want to play 9-5, let's go. You want to play 40-35, we can do it either way. That's what these moves will allow us to do. But as I was saying, DeMarco Hellams went down last week. You know, of course, Rondell went down. Trice went down. We make the trade for Judon. And then yesterday, Terry Fontenot, Terry F. Baby, went and signed Justin Simmons. That's like Batman and Robin in the backfield. That, you know what? That's like Batman and Batman. That's like two Batmen from two different universes. It's incredible. What up, Three Dirty? How you doing, man? How you doing? Hopefully all is well. I know. Wow, right? Coming at y'all on a Friday. Hey, just having a quick show, right quick. Just wanted to enjoy some Falcon fans, man. You know, converse with y'all. So, Wallace, I know you like the move, and I know you do. I know you do too. Three Dirty. What impact do you think that these moves are going to have on the defense? Do you think that we go from being maybe a top 15 defense to a top 10 defense? Let me know if you think we're going to be a top 10 defense. Well, hey, you can type it in there. But if not, if you think we're going to be a top 10 defense, go ahead and drop a one in the chat. If you think we're going to be a top, let's say, 11 to 20 defense, go ahead and drop a two. Let's see. Wallace says these moves. Let me first shout out Three Dirty. There you go. Thank you, Three Dirty. Please like and subscribe. Wallace, these two moves is going to help us make a deep run in the playoffs now instead of just. I agree with that. I agree with that. I agree with that, Wallace, wholeheartedly. Honestly, before we made those moves, I thought, okay, exactly. Agreed, Wallace. Agreed. Before we made those moves, I was thinking to myself, okay, we're going to get to the playoffs. We're going to win the South. We're going to probably win a playoff game at home. And then, you know, we'll be good if we go beyond that, right? That's what I was thinking. But now with those moves that we made, brother, it wouldn't surprise me if we went to the Super Bowl. And I'm not saying that we're going to definitively go there, okay? I'm not saying that. I want us to do that. I really do. But I'm not saying Super Bowl or bust. What I'm saying is this team is very poised to make a deep run. Okay. We're going to surprise some folks because the national media doesn't get it. They're still, oh, yeah, those Falcons, whatever. They do not understand the weapons that we have. We have 3 or 4 of the top 100 players, maybe 5. I don't know. We got some studs. We got some studs. I mean, let's think about it, right? Let's just do the Falcon roll call. We got we got Mr. Kirk Cousins, who's a stud. We got the best guard in the league, right? Brother Chris. You know, we got Bijan in the backfield, right? That's 3. We got Draco, who's a receiver. That's 4, right? We got Mr. Kyle Pitts. That's 5 on offense. That's 5. If the defense don't start slow, they will be top 10 to top 5. Wait a minute. Let me spotlight you. Three Dirty. All right. So Three Dirty says, if the defense don't start slow, they will be top 10 to 5. And the better our offense plays, the higher the rank will grow. Agreed. Because one hand washes the other. But yeah, we got 5 studs on offense. Let's go to the defense, shall we? Yeah, you got Grady. You got Onyemata. You got Matthew Judon. You got Jesse. But wait, you got AJ. But wait, you got Matt Simmons. That's 7 studs on defense. You only got 11 guys playing. And we didn't even get to the linebackers, which is Caden Ellis. What's up, Travis Preston? Said Terry put on his Waffle House apron and cooked up 2 All-Stars. Yes, he did, Travis. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. And hey, Chun and Adrian Walton rise up. And of course, we got my mentor and friend, We got Mr. Jack Spade in the house, ladies and gentlemen. Jack, if you want to get on, just say the word, brother. I will drop the link. I would love to have you join. But I understand, hey, Jack is out there, doing things, making it happen. So he may not have time. But it's good to see you, brother Jack. It's welcome to the show, Chun and Adrian Walton. Rise up indeed. Brother Chris, A1 from day one. Hey, man, good to see you. What's up, bro? Let me tell you something. Chris is a solid dude, man. Chris is a solid dude. That's my guy. Jack is my guy. Wallace is my guy. Yeah. So anyway, what was I saying? We got 7 studs on defense, y'all. We have 7. We have 7 absolute studs. We got more studs on defense than we do on offense. I mean, okay. Mooney, he's a stud. He's good. So you got 6. My point is, this Falcons team is poised to make a deep run. And I do not think the national pundits understand just what Terry F. Baby is cooking up. You know what I mean? Because let me tell you what this reminds me of. This reminds me of a Friday night, right? And you at home with your wife or husband or significant other or whatever, right? You're at home. And, your wife says, hey, honey, you want to make some of this and some of that? And she's like, all right. And she starts cooking, right? Wait a minute. Chris says, hope Jack is getting ready for tea time. Chris, are you calling Jack out? I don't know, Jack. I don't know. Maybe he's wishing you well. But anyway, you're at home, right? You're getting ready to cook up something. You say to your wife, okay, what are we having? And she says, we're having lasagna, right? And, you're there or whatever. I mean, I don't cook much, so I'm just handing her this and handing her that or whatever. And all of a sudden she says, hand me this and hand me that and hand me this and hand me that and da-da-da-da. And before you know it, you look up and it is the best lasagna that you've ever had because of the ingredients that she put in it. It's delicious, right? That's this Falcons team, okay? That's this. Let's look at what your Falcons have done. First and foremost, you go out and get Kirk Cousins, who was the best quarterback on the market. You had to have him. You did what you had to do, right? You did what you had to do. Then you go back and you draft Michael Penix. You go against all the pundits. I don't think they're making. You know what, Wallace? I don't think they're done making moves yet either. I don't. I could see them going to get a 4th receiver, or maybe there's a cornerback out there y'all want to talk about. I don't know. Guys, if you think the Falcons should go and get a 4th receiver, drop a 1 in the chat. If you think, however, they should go and get a cornerback, a la Stephon Gilmore, drop a 2, and I'll wait. But yeah, I think ultimately, so yeah, Terry goes and gets Michael Penix. So now, and you guys have seen Penix play. He's great. He's great right now. 1 and 2. All right, I see you. Chun Adrian. I don't know that we got the money for that, but hey, I'm not gonna fight it, buddy. If we do it, I love it. I'm not gonna fight it. I agree 100%. I agree with you 100%. So yeah, I just think that this Falcons team, yeah. Travis. So let's see. Chun says 1 and 2. He want to get them both. He wants to get them both. I hear that, Chun. Travis says 2. I think we can get Stephon for cheap. I think we can get Stephon for cheap as well, which is why maybe they can do 1 and 2. Maybe they can. Jamel Hill says, what's good, T. Will? What's going on, Jamel? How you doing? How is everything going out there on a Friday? All is well here. We're just talking about some Falcons. So yeah, guys, and please like and subscribe for my ATL Sports 1. Loving the conversation with you guys tonight. Let's get after it. Let's talk some Falcons. So guys, here's where I am right now. And I believe Wallace spoke to this, but when we first, got Kirk and drafted Penix and all of that, I said to myself, okay, we got Moody, we got Ray, made all these moves. We added to what we had. I said, okay, we're going to win the division and we're probably going to win 1 playoff game at home. And then, I'd be happy with that, whatever. But now with these moves that they made, I'm really thinking that we have a legitimate shot to go deep in the playoffs. I'm not saying Super Bowl, okay? Because Lord knows if we make the Super Bowl and if we win the Super Bowl, holy cheese balls, man! Like I just that would be great. That would be just a late Christmas present for everybody in the ATL. That would be wonderful. But I legitimately feel like we can make some. We could go on a deep run. So I'm wondering what you guys are thinking, right? So if you guys think we're just okay, we'll win one playoff game, right? We'll win one playoff game, and then we'll probably go out. I want you to put a 3 in the chat. But if you think we can go on a deep run, going to the Super Bowl, go ahead and put a 4 in the chat. Wallace says, I don't see them going to get Gilmore. He's going to be looking for about 8 million to 10 million on a 1-year deal. Yeah, it could be. And I don't know that we have that in the cash. But, Wallace, I don't know because nobody else has signed him. I don't know. It's a good question. Jamel says, we going to the ship, coach. I love it. I love it. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go, Falcons. Wallace says, I think we're going to be good at the number 2 cornerback spot. We could be, Wallace. We could because, oh, Lord, my brother said a 5. My brother said a 5. That's my brother, Eric Parker. Love this dude. BLB. That's big little brother. I'm LBB, little big brother. So yeah, I knew Eric was gonna say that. Eric's saying we win in the Super Bowl. Brother, if we win the Super Bowl, you already know what it is. You already know what it is. Wallace is saying we're gonna make a deep playoff run. I think so too. I think so too. I think we're gonna be good at the number 2 cornerback spot because we'll probably play a lot of zone, and because let's be real, we got so much, man. We got so much on defense. Chef Terry has been cooking. Chef Terry has been cooking. My brother said we going to the Super Bowl. We going to the Super Bowl. Eric, we might have to break our rule, man. You might have to come over and we watch the Super Bowl, or I come over and watch it at your house. I don't know, man. We might have to break our rule, bro. We might have to do it. I don't know. I'll leave it up to you. You're the chairman of the treaty, so I'll leave it up to you. For those of y'all that don't know, Eric and I watched the Super Bowl at my house, and we know what happened. And so after that, Eric was like, "Oh, I'm never watching the playoff game at your house again." But hey, I don't know. You need to think about it. BLB. Travis says 4. We have a good mix of vets, coaches, and young players, and that's a good point, Travis. We have excellent coaches. We have very good young players, and we have great vets. Not good, great vets. That's a good point. That's a very good point. Jamel is saying if we can get early, we're going to be a problem. If we can gel early. I'm sorry, Jamel. And she's right. She's 100% right. If we can gel early, we're going to be a problem for everybody. We are going to be a problem, a serious problem. My man Jack says, Tea Time Sunday, A1. All right. So, Jack, is that a challenge, or are you just letting them know what time is tea time? Like, I'm not sure. I'm getting challenge vibes. I don't know. My man Jack says, F, all that Falcons going to the Super Bowl. I'm there. Tough to watch from the house. Eric said, I watched it with you in 2012 too. Eric, stop being so damn petty, man. Do you want to watch the Super Bowl or not, man? We might be going, all right? All right? We might be going. And I respect your decision either way. We got to talk about this, brother. Jamel Hill says, we have new offensive and defensive schemes. No one has tape on what we need to come out and hit folks in the mouth. Hey, Jamel, you know I'm all about that hitting somebody in the mouth, Jamel. Yes, let's go. Let's go. A1 Forever says, hey, man, let's go. Let's get it. Let's get after it. Let's get after it. So, guys, I'm going to tell you something. I've been a Falcons fan for a very, 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 very long time. My brother say, oh, I'm going to New Orleans. All right, Eric, I see you. I see. You going to New Orleans during the regular season, or you going to New Orleans for the Super Bowl, Eric? I need you to clarify. Chris says, let's go. Eric said he going to New Orleans. Are you going to New Orleans for the Super Bowl? Is that what you're saying, Eric? Or are you going for the regular season? Because, hey, man, you going for the Super Bowl, we might have to talk, little brother. We might have to talk, man. But, oh, my goodness. My brother say if we make it to the Super Bowl, he is going. Man, oh, man, oh, man. I hear you, little brother. I hear you. So, guys, let me ask you this, right? The reason I'm so excited about this team is I've never seen the Falcons have a combination of this many stars. And don't get me wrong, there's been some good teams. Okay. 2016 was a good team. 2012 was arguably a better team, but 2016 had a better offensive coordinator. 2012, we were there. We could have been in the Super Bowl. So you're talking about two very good teams. But as far as if we look in totality and we look at the caliber of players that I'm looking at, this is the best team that the Falcons have ever assembled. That includes the 1980, some of y'all a little bit before your time, with Steve Bartkowski, Wallace Francis, Alfred Jenkins, William Andrews, a whole lot of folks. It includes that team, includes the 2012 team, includes the 98 team. I don't know if it includes the 2016 team, but I'm going to put it out there. Guys, is this collection of Falcons the best team that we have ever put on the field? If you agree with that, drop a 1 in the chat. If you don't, drop a 2. I know that there's not been a snap. Well, there's been preseason snaps. But I legitimately feel like this is the best team that we have ever assembled. I feel that way deeply. There you go. There you go. So my brother Eric Parker, LBB says 1. He says it's the best team we've ever assembled. And let me tell you something about Eric Parker. He may be a bigger fan than me. Maybe. I don't know. Well, he's physically bigger. I don't know. He might be a bigger fan than me. Like our love for the Falcons runs deep. Okay. Jamel Hill says 1. She agrees. Best Falcons team we have ever assembled. I gotta say, man, like, it'd be interesting. I'm not gonna say that yet, but I just think with the collection of talent that we have, this team can do some damage. Cassandra Taylor Smith says 1. She agrees. Best team that we've ever put out there. My bad, Jamel. I'm sorry. You know what? I'm sorry, Jamel. My bad. I'm so sorry. So when I think of Jamel, there's a analyst for ESPN. I don't think she's on ESPN anymore, but I think her name is Jamel. I'm so sorry. I apologize. I'm so sorry. I will not make that mistake again, bro. I'm sorry. So Cassandra says, and you're right. I don't know. So that's my fault. Cassandra says 1. So my brother, Jamel, Cassandra, all agree this is the best Falcon teams that we've ever put on the field. Now, what happens on the field? Hey, but if you're talking about just off of the collection of talent, this is the best team that we have ever assembled, right? Yeah, her name is Jamel Hill. You're right. My bad, man. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I apologize. I meant no disrespect. I'm glad you're here, Jamel. So I meant no disrespect. I apologize. Chun and Adrian Walton says 1. So they agree. They agree that this is the best Falcon team ever. Deshaun says, what up, T Will? Yeek, get some. That's what I'm talking about, Deshaun. Deshaun, if you want to drop one of your trivia sports questions, you will. We're all Falcon fans here. So, feel free to do that if you want. Jonta Rozier says, Terry, what's up? What's up, Jonta? What's going on? How you doing out there in those ATL streets? Hopefully all is well on a Friday. Hopefully y'all are doing good. Jamel Hill says, it's all good, bro. That's what I like, man. That's what I like. I like it. Brother's working it out. I apologize. I like it. It's all love. I like it, man. I love it. So, guys, I initially said 12-5, right? I said 12-5. But today, I'm feeling a little randy. I'm feeling a little like I'm on one. I'm on one. So I'm gonna say 13-4. John Terosier says, still at work and I live in Nevada. Oh man, so you going to the game in Vegas? Well, I hope you're going to the game in Vegas. Okay, Jonathan. Well, hey, hopefully Jack and the team can see you when they come out there. Now, Jonathan, I'm gonna tell you something. I'm afraid to fly. I got bad anxiety when it comes to that. So I'm gonna wish you well from ATL. But hey, man, I hope you come out when the Falcons visit Vegas. I really do. I know Jack and the team would love to meet you. McCartney Ford says 20-0, and you must know my brother Eric Parker because I swear to you, that's what he's gonna drop in there. So McCartney Ford says 20-0, in which if we go undefeated, that means we only have 3 playoff games that we have to win. That'll be a divisional, a conference championship, and a Super Bowl. So, hey, man, I'm all for it. Guys, what do you think the Falcons' record will be this year? Now, I initially said 12-5. Yeah, he is my guy too, McCartney. He is my guy too. I initially said 12-5. I'm going to say 13-4, though. Like I am really excited about these moves. I'm not afraid of anybody. I don't feel like there's a team out there that we can't compete with. And the only reason, I'm not gonna say, yeah. All right. So Carl Thomas says 13-4. I agree, Carl. I agree, Carl. And it could be 14-3. Like this team is very good. I'm gonna be cautious and say 13-4, but this team could easily win 14, 15 games in the regular season. They're that good. Because we're flexible, right? The fact that you have 2 safeties that you can interchangeably put at free or strong, right? That means you can do some things. You can do a whole lot of things. You got a strong safety doing free safety stuff. You can camouflage your defense. You can disguise your defense. You can do so much. You got a guy, Matthew Judon, who's got some get there, who knows how to get to the quarterback. That means AJ and the boys, they're going to have less time to cover. And a lot of times when that ball comes out, it's going to be very, 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 very attractive because it's going to be there for them to pick it off. Kazonda Taylor says 19-1 because we will rest our starters for the last regular season game against the Panthers. Oh, wow. Ah, the Panthers. She said the Panthers are going to luck up and get that one victory. Oh, man. I personally think the Panthers are going to race, hopefully, the Saints for the #1 pick. Yeah, hopefully they'll both suck. You can throw the Bucks in there if you want to as well. McCartney says, huh? Oh, it's all good. Hey, 19-1. 19-1. As long as we win the Super Bowl, Cassandra, I'm good with it. So hey, all good, all good. Carl Thomas says Falcons got the most terrible they had in years from offense and defense. This is a balanced team. Yes, it is balanced. Very much so. Very much so. Jamel Hill says Mina Kine said last year we're the 7th highest team in disguise coverage. Well, let's go to 5. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Guys, I am so excited about this team. I meant talent. All good, Carl. All good, brother. All good. Okay, that makes sense. The most talented team. Yeah, it is. Carl, you're absolutely right. Like, I really didn't get into Caden Ellis and Landman and Anderson. I didn't get into the linebackers, which are very good. I didn't. I didn't get so guys, we got some studs, man. We really do. We have a collection of talent. We have some good coaches. We have depth in coaches. because Raheem is saying to himself, we're going to do well this year, and people are going to come and probably try and cherry pick my coaches. And he's ready. He's built a staff that can withstand that, which just means the vision of this gentleman is just spot on. So I'm excited about it. Guys, I'm going to say in the first 5 games, we go 5-1. In the first 5 games, we go 5-1. I know my brother Eric Parker does not agree with me, and I'm sure McCartney does not agree with me because he said 20-0. But what do you think our record is going to be in the first 5 games? Oh man. All right. McCartney Ford says LMFG. Um so yeah, I think our record, first 5 games gonna be 4-1. If you guys, let's see, Jamel says for the top 100 players, I don't think we've ever had that. And we haven't. And you're right. You're 100% right. I don't think we've ever had anything close to that. Guys, if you think in the first 5 games we're going to be 4-1, drop a 1 in the chat. If you think, I'm sorry, drop a 2 in the chat. If you think we're going to be 5-0, drop a 1 in the chat. If you think we're going to be 4-1 in the first 5 games, drop a 2. If you say we're going to go 5-0, we're going to that 5-0 first 5, drop a 1. Okay, Cassandra says 1. Jamel says 2. Yeah, I'm like 2. I already know what Eric and McCartney's gonna say. 1. I want to win the Super Bowl in New Orleans 28-3. Oh, I love it. I love it. Hey man, hey, I gotta let me tell you something. Ladies and gentlemen, please pay attention to this. McCartney Ford says, I want to win the Super Bowl in New Orleans 28-3 against the Pats. McCartney, nothing would be more poetic. No, you know what? You know what would be more poetic? If the sack that clinches the Super Bowl is by Matthew Judon, who we got from the Patriots. That's the only way in New Orleans. Yeah, that would be the only way that would be more just poetic justice. But yes, I agree. That would be great. And you know what we could do? You know what we could do if we did that? Carl Thomas says 1, by the way. He says we're going to go undefeated as well. You know what we could do? You know what we could do? We could put up that 28-3 on a sign so when those Saints come into town, they can see it, right? They can see it. As a matter of fact, well, I don't know that you necessarily want to advertise for the Saints, but we should put it in a place where they can see it. As a matter of fact, when they come in Atlanta to play us in their hotel, we need to slide that 28-3 on every towel, everything they have, so it's in their face, and it reminds them of the time we came into their house and won the Super Bowl. That's what I say. But, that's just me. My brother says I'm a little petty. If it happens, I'm thinking, oh wow. Okay. Well, I don't know what to say about that one, McCartney. I don't know what to say about that one, America. But hey, the man is feeling passionate. He says if we win the Super Bowl, he's going streaking. Hey man, just take a towel with you just in case you run into the wrong folks. That's all I'm gonna say. But hey, brother, live and let live. Do your thing, man. It will be a joyous time if we win the Super Bowl. That will be outstanding. So, guys, let's talk about some individual contributions, right? Because we got some studs. Carl Thomas says, what he says, I really believe the Falcons have the talent to get to the Super Bowl. It's how Kirk Cousins plays, though. Agreed. A lot of it is going to be, on the shoulder of Kirk Cousins. Agree with that 100%. He says, throw the towel over my shoulder. Oh wow! You know what? If Jack were here, that's deserving of a wow, McCartney. That's deserving of a wow. That's a wow moment. So yeah, guys, I say Kirk Cousins is going to throw. Oh, not the towel. Not the towel. Oh my God, I just got what you were saying. Oh, wow. You went back to Eddie Murphy Raw. Guys, wow. You know what? I'm going to move on. Oh, I pause. Anyway, okay. Oh, you got me with that one, McCartney. Pause. Okay. So what the hell was I talking about? Individual contributions. So, guys, I think you're an Eddie Murphy fan. I see, McCartney. Okay. And Eddie Murphy's one of the greats, probably the best to ever do it. Well, no disrespect to Richard Pryor. God rest his soul. But anyway, I think Kirk's going to throw for 38 touchdowns. I'm going to say 38 touchdowns. I'm going to say 4,617 yards and 9 interceptions. If you think that Kirk is going to throw for under 30 touchdowns, drop a 2 in the chat. If you think Kirk is going to throw for 30 or more, drop a 1 in the chat. All right. If you think he's gonna, if you think he's gonna throw for 30, 34, 35, hell, 40, drop a 1. If you think he's gonna throw for under 30, drop a 2. All right. So Carl says 1. Jamel says 1. Agreed. 100%. 100%. Bijan. I think Bijan will rush for, I'm going to say, Cassandra. Cassandra says 1. Okay, so Carl, Jamel, Cassandra, you guys all believe it's going to be 30 and above, and me too. Me too. Travis Peterson says 1, and he better light it up. I hear you, Travis. I hear you. I hear you. Let's see. McCartney says 1. Of course, McCartney says 1 because, we're going to go 20-0, and Kirk's going to throw for 35 touchdowns and, 9 interceptions, and, McCartney's going to go streaking. So, anyway, Bijan. I think Bijan is going to run for, I'm going to say, 970 yards, and he's going to catch or make receptions totaling about 550, which will almost put him at about 1,500 total yards. I'm going to say Tyler Algier is going to run for another 7. I'm going to say Draco. Let's see, what's Carl saying? Carl is saying Kirk problem in the playoffs. He's always put up good stats in the regular season. That's true. That's true. But, until you're in that moment and you succeed, we're all like that. I think Kirk is going to transform. I think Kirk is going to do well. I really do. I feel so good about this team. I really do. I feel like Kirk is going to succeed. I think Draco's going to go for, I'm going to say 1,000 yards because Drake is hungry, and Drake has some go and get it, and Drake can catch any contested ball over anybody. So I'm going to say Drake goes for 1,100 yards. I'm going to say Kyle goes for 965 yards. Okay. I'm going to say Kyle has 8 touchdowns. Draco has 4 touchdowns. And Mr. Darnell Mooney gets, let's call it 650 yards, but he catches 12 touchdowns because Draco and Kyle will be double covered. So that's just my thoughts. How many yards do you guys think Bijan and Tyler will rush for combined? And how many yards do you guys think? Okay, so wait a minute. Yeah, McCartney says he's got Michael Penix Jr. nipping at his heels. He really does. He really does. Yes, he does. Carl says Drake and Pitts both getting 1,000 yards. That's very that's very possible. That's very possible. Guys, I'm being honest with you. It is possible that Kirk throws for 5,000 yards. I know that's a lot. I know that's a lot, but think about it. You got Drake and Kyle over here. That's 1,000. That's 2,000 between them. That's 2,000 between them, right? You still got Mooney. You still got Ray Ray. You still got Bijan, right? I don't know. I don't. He could throw for 5,000. I don't know. Cassandra says, how many TDs for Bates and Simmons? Good question. Let's talk about that for a minute, guys. We have the best safety combo in the league, and this ain't T. Will, exaggerating because y'all know I can get a little extra when it comes to my Falcons. I really can. I love me some Falcons. I can be dramatic, but I'm not dramatic when I say we have the best, the absolute bar none best safety tandem duo, okay, couple in the backfield. So that's a good question. Cassandra, that's a good question. I'm gonna say, wow, wow. Damn. How many touchdowns? Not how many interceptions. How many touchdowns? Hmm. I'm gonna say. I'm gonna say five. It, I'm gonna say five or more. I'm gonna say five or more. But not about me. What do you guys think? Cassandra asked a great question. How many touchdowns will our beloved duo of Bates and Simmons score this year? I'm going to say five. No fewer than five. What do you guys think? Chris says, I think we will be passing more this year, so it's possible. Agreed, Chris. Agreed. And let me tell you something. Chris Chris and Berto, they got that Nostradamus in them. They're predictors of stuff. You know what I mean? So, it's good to listen to them because Chris will say stuff and I'll be like, whatever. And then it comes true. And I'm like, God dang it. So, might be right. Wallace says, you're right, Terry. Thank you, Wallace. Let's see. Carl says Bates and Simmons are big ball hawks. They probably get two TDs apiece. So I think Carl is saying they're going to get four. McCartney Ford says the pass rush will help the secondary. It will most assuredly help the secondary. Brother Jamal Hill says 9 interceptions and 3 TDs. I love it. I love it. I absolutely love it. That's awesome. Wallace Smith says at least 4 TDs. All right. All right. Well, guys, let me ask you this. How many sacks do you think, with the addition of Matthew Judon, all our guys we got that are ready to get after it, that have been told, you Falcons, you don't make any sacks, you can't get to the quarterback, you don't know what you're doing. How many sacks do you guys, my beloved Falcon family, how many sacks do you guys say we're going to get? I say 50. I confidently, as the young folks say, I'm standing on business. Standing on business. I'm going to say 50 or more sacks. What do you guys say? Jamel Hill says 52. Okay. I can dig it. I'm going to say 50 plus sacks. Confidently, I'm going to say 50 plus sacks. Carl Thomas says, yeah, I'm going to say 52. Okay. I can dig it. I can dig it. I can dig it. Yeah, I think number one, Caden Ellis is going to have a great year because of Judon. Because I think they're going to put those two in packages. Cassandra says, I like 50. Wallace said, I like 49. Wallace said he did the prices right. He's going to go one under us, so he's closer to it. All right. I hear you. I hear you, Wallace. Chris says, I'm going to say 46 to 54. Wow, Chris. Okay. Well, hey, hopefully it's closer to 54, but I can dig it either way, brother Chris. I can dig it either way. Guys, I just think we're going to get after the quarterback. Number one, we have a great interior defensive line. We have a very good and young, we got Zoe, we got Malone, we got some other guys that I think are coming. We got Dorless. We got other guys that I think they're on the come up, man. And these guys are hungry. It wouldn't surprise me if they got 60 sacks. These guys are hungry. These guys are hungry, and they're after it. And they've been told day after day after day after day, you guys don't get to your quarterback. You guys don't get to your quarterback. You guys don't get to the, and they're sick of it. I know I'm sick of it. I'm sure y'all are sick of it. So yeah, I'm gonna say, they're gonna have some passion when they get out there. Carl Thomas says Zach Harrison is gonna be real good, I believe. Carl, I'm gonna say Zach Harrison is gonna be great. I think he's gonna be great. I think the addition of Matthew Judon makes everybody great because he rises the level of play. Because they're gonna say, "Oh, Judon got 10. I gotta get after it. I don't want to look back. Let me go." Chris says Zach is my guy for real, for real. I see you, Chris. I say 50 or more. Okay. All right. I'm going to say that our Falcons defense is a top 10 defense by the end of the year. I'm going to say this Falcons defense is a top 10 defense by the end of the year. What do you guys say? Do you say top 10 or 11 or lower? I'm going to say top 10. If you and let me know. Just speak your opinion. Not to put a number in there. Just let me know. Let me know. Carl says, do you think cornerback 2 is going to be an issue? Seems like that's the weakness in the defense. I don't know, because if AJ is going to play press, I don't think Hughes is going to be. I think Hughes is probably going to be off ball, and he may be zone. So, or let me put it this way: I'm not as worried as I was before yesterday. I'm not as worried as I was before yesterday. I'm feeling really good about it. Wallace says, McCartney says 1, he feels like we're going to be a top 10 defense. Jamel's looking for a breakout year 2 for Zach. Cassandra says 2. She says probably 11, top 11, maybe top 11 to top 15. I don't want to put words in her mouth. Jamel says top 5. Cassandra says number 2. Carl Thomas says too much talent to be top 10 defense. Hey man, I'm trying to be conservative here, McCartney says number 1. Oh, Cassandra says top 2 defense. Oh, my bad. Okay. Top 2 defense. Okay. All right. Wallace says with our 2 best safety starters on the back and cornerback 2 is not going to be. And Wallace, I tend to agree with you, because you can do a lot of things with those guys we got. You can do a lot of things, man. You can do a lot of things. LaMarcus Boyd says, rise up, LaMarcus. Rise up, rise up, rise up. McCartney says, I'm saying top 2, not number 2. Oh, my bad. Okay. Hey, get me right. Okay. So you guys feel like we're going to be a top 2 defense. Wow. Oh, hey, I hope that's the case. Let me tell you something. I'd be happy with top 10, but top 2, even better. Even better. Like going to the store, seeing you're going to purchase some new kicks, they're $200 and you find out they're 70% off. That's how I feel about our Falcons being number 2, man. It's just a great day. So I'll take the number 2 defense in the league. Who wouldn't? I agree with that. Guys, this Falcons offense has the potential to be great. Oh my goodness. Now, y'all know my brother, Eric Parker. And Eric Parker, I love my brother, but he does the most when it comes to these Falcons. So I'm about to drop what my brother said. My brother, Eric Parker, LBB, Little Big Brother, says number 1 defense, number 1 offense. Wow. Wow. That's wow. I need Jack's soundboard. That's a wow. Wow. Okay. Hey man, if it happens, it's great. Me personally, I feel like we are a top 10 defense and a top 10 offense. I feel like we are a top 10 defense and a top 10 offense. But I will certainly take number one defense, number one offense. That's that's something. That is something. I don't know. Wow, Larry A. Sams Jr. And how you doing, Larry A? How you doing, man? Welcome, welcome, welcome. You guys, this is For My ATL Sports 1. Please like and subscribe on YouTube. Again, For My ATL Sports 1. Please like and subscribe. Larry A says, number one team in the nation. Well, hey, Larry, I'm with you, buddy, especially at the end of the year. Because if we are the number one team in the nation at the end of the year, that means that the Falcons have won the Super Bowl, and I'm going to be delirious for at least a week. At least a week. I mean, I got to go visit both my brothers. I got to go spend time with Eric. I got to go spend time with Victor. I got to go spend time with my parents who are no longer with me, you know. And I'm gonna have to take that thing in, man. I've already told my boss, look, if the Falcons win the Super Bowl, don't look for me for about a week. Maybe not even two, but don't look for me for about a week. Just don't do it because I'm not coming. Okay? Because I'm not coming. Because the relationship that me and my boss have, and I love my boss, by the way, but he understands that Super Bowl is almost a religion to me. Now I love my Lord and Savior. Okay. Just I love him. But football is a very close second. So, with that being said, the Super Bowl is a national holiday for me. Okay. And if my beloved Atlanta Falcons win the Super Bowl this year, holy cheese balls. Look, man, I don't even look for me for like a week. All right. So I don't know where I'm gonna be. I hope I live through the party. Larry A. Sam says he's doing good. Very good, brother. Nando, what's going on, Nando? Nando says 12-5 Super Bowl winners. Woo! Oh man. Nando, are you getting your nature boy Ric Flair on? Woo! I love it. I love it. I love it. Yeah. 12-5 Super Bowl, man. Love it. Love it. Jalen Jones says, rise up. Rise up, Jalen. Indeed. Rise up. Jamel says, I'm with you, Terry. I got to stack me some PTO because I need a week. Hey, amen, brother. Amen. And let me tell you something, man. I'm telling you guys. And you know what? With that being said, let's get it understood. I'm not going to be. Okay, that's a lie. The night of the Super Bowl, I'm probably going to be on the show, right? The night of the Super Bowl, I'm probably going to be on the show. But that Tuesday or Wednesday, don't look for me. All right. I don't know where I'm going to be. I don't know if I'm going to be alive because that party is going to be epic. So maybe Friday, I'll check in with y'all. But if we win the Super Bowl, man, if we win the Super Bowl, oh my Lord. Don't look for me that Tuesday or Wednesday. Jalen says, okay, have fun. All right, cool. Oh, I think he means okay, having fun. Well, all right. Nando says nature boy mode, 43rd season. I love it, Nando. I love it. They don't know about the nature boy. They don't know about Ric Flair. Woo! That's right. That's right. Because that's what we're going to say Super Bowl night when we defeat whoever the hell we play. That's going to be great. All right, guys. So number one offense, according to Eric Parker. Number one defense, according to Eric Parker. I'm gonna say top 10. Now, what I really want to know is, do you guys think that this offense will be equal to or better than the 2016 offense? Now, that's saying a lot because understand that offense was one of the eighth best in history. That's right. I said it. History ever to ever do it. The best, the eighth best to ever do it. I love it, Jamel. I love it. I love it. Jamel says you and Jack can use Ric Flair for y'all super chat. That's a good idea. That's a very good idea. I love it. I love it. Do you guys think that this team will be equal to or better than 2016? That's a tough one. They could be. I don't know. I don't know that I can say that now. Carl Thomas says, I mean, this best chance the Falcons have to win a Super Bowl in a long time. It's actually better top to bottom, better than 2016 team. I agree with that. I agree that top to bottom, this is a better team. And I think Jack and I and some other friends had a podcast about this very thing in which that came up. So I agree with that. Larry A. Sam says close to 16. Carl Thomas says the offense on paper is better, but I don't think it's better than 2016 offense. Respect, Carl. Jonathan says it's hard to say right now how good this offense will be because we hadn't seen anything. Fair statement. Eric says, don't the Bible say something like speak those things that are not as though they are? Look at Eric getting his pastor on. Oh my goodness, speaking into existence. Now, for those of you who don't know, Eric and I's grandfather was in fact a Baptist preacher. A Baptist preacher. Okay, old time Southern Baptist preacher. So, hey, Eric, you might be onto something. Hey, speaking into existence. I hear you. Cassandra Taylor says it's close. It's close. King Jaffe Joe says, would anyone oppose Quintarius Lopez return? I wonder if King Jaffe was watching the show last night because Chris was getting in. So for those of you who don't know who Quintarius Lopez is, that is Julio Jones. Okay. So the subject came up, hey, do you guys think we should sign Julio as a fourth receiver? And, there were mixed reviews on both. And then Chris, A1 from day one, came back and said, well, what if we sign Quintarius Lopez? And, that's just Chris being Chris. He's hilarious. So I'm not opposed to it, King Jaffe. If you pay him as a fourth string receiver, I'm okay with it. If it's within budget, I'm okay with it. Julio is a very good teacher to wide receivers. Very an excellent teacher. So, hey, 3rd and 5, you need a first down or whatever. I don't know. Somebody said last night that they would sign him, but they would sign him for the playoffs. I think it may have been twisted. It may have been twisted. They said, yeah, I'd sign him, but I'd sign him going into the playoffs. That way you don't have to worry about him getting injured. So I don't know. My brother, little big brother. Wait, shit. What am I? Big little brother. I'm LBB. He's BLB. Jesus Christ. Anyway, Eric says we ain't losing. And I think that was in regards to the Quintarius Lopez. I don't know. I'm going to leave that right there. Jamel Hill says Casey Washington is emerging as our fourth. Well, yeah. So let me put it to you guys in the chat. Do you guys think we should go with Casey Washington? Let's go with the young guy. It's cheaper. He's shown some potential. Or should we go out and sign somebody? Carlo Wiggins. What up, Carlo? What's up? So, hey, if you feel like we should go with Casey, drop a 1. If you think we should sign somebody, drop a 2 in the chat. Carlos says, I ain't mad at bringing Julio for a run. I ain't mad at that either, Carlo. I'm good either way. We can go with Casey, but if you bring Julio back, hell, he's been to a Super Bowl. Maybe he can tell us a thing or two about it. Maybe he can help those young kids go out and do it, So King Jaffe Joe is all for signing somebody, probably Julio. And Larry A. Sam says 1. Let's go with the kid. Let's go with the kid. Let's put the kid in, coach. Put him in. Carl Thomas says, I would stick with Casey Washington. He has a lot of potential. He does. He really does have a lot of potential. I don't know what King just laughed about. All right. He says, I think Casey is doing good in camp 1. And he is. I think Casey. Now, has Casey had much time with the ones? I know he's been doing well. And I know he's made some contested catches. He's made some acrobatic catches. He's been doing well. But I don't know about his time with the one. So if anybody knows anything about that, drop it in the chat. I don't know how much time he's spending there. So I got another question for you, Falcon fans. Who is our running back three? Right? We know we got Bijan. We know we got brother Tyler Algier. Who's our running back three? Is it Jace McClellan or is it Carlos Washington? Because Carlos, I've seen Carlos get some shine. I've seen him, make a couple of runs. I've seen him do some things. Jace, not so much, which doesn't mean that he hasn't done anything. I just haven't seen it. So, who do you guys think will be our third string running back? Or is it Avery Williams? Do you guys think it'll be Carlos Washington, Jason McClellan, or Avery Williams? Drop it in the chat. Okay, so Jamel says Carlos. Larry says Carlos. Wallace says right now it looks like Carlos. Okay. All right. Well, hey man, I'm just Carl says I'm gonna say Carlos. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And that's pretty much what I thought, because whenever you see the third stringers out there, you see Carlos making a play. I don't know that I've seen Jace do that much, and not that he can't. Again, no disrespect. He plays the game. I don't. I'm sitting up here, but yeah, just from what I've seen, Larry A. Sam says Williams on return. I would agree with that. So I'm going to say the return, I'm going to say Williams. For punt return, I'm going to say Ray Ray, right? And the reason I say that is because when they were practicing at the Benz, I saw, is it Marquise Williams, our special teams coach? But he took a long time when talking with Avery Williams. He was talking to him after practice. King Joffrey Joe says, I want to see more. All right, so that's Larry Sams. King Joffrey Joe says, I want to see more of Jason McClellan. I really like him. Yeah, I like him too. He hasn't really flashed. Wallace says, I think Avery will be our kick returner. I agree with that. Yeah, I haven't really seen Jace pop. You know what I mean? I've seen Carlos a few plays here and there, boom, but I haven't seen Jace, so I don't know. Is Carlos a walk-on or a free agent signing, a college free agent signing, whatever they call it? I don't know. I think Carlos is a walk-on. I know we drafted Jace. Thomas Scott. Ladies and gentlemen, one of my favorite people, along with Mr. Jack Spade, Mr. Thomas Scott, live from the control room. Yes, that's right, Thomas. Unfortunately, the control room is down tonight, but rest assured, we will have propulsion restored here in about 30 minutes or so, and we'll get back after it. But for tonight's show, it's down. King Joffrey Joe and Carlos said undrafted free agent. There you go. I couldn't think of that. Thank you, fellas. I appreciate that. So, it's kind of a toss-up because I think Jace is a fifth or sixth round pick. So, you're not that invested in him. I don't know. I'm right now. I'm gonna say Carlos Washington. I'm gonna say Carlos. Oh, and by the way, ladies and gentlemen of the chat, today is Thomas's birthday. Let's wish him a happy birthday. Let's drop Thomas a happy birthday in the chat. Thomas and Jack Spade are the creators of the Rise Up Tour. You guys know who the Rise Up Tour is. They essentially allow you to travel as Falcon fans together, and they give you discounts on cool stuff like, I don't know, hotels and swag and parties and all that other stuff. So let's give the man his props, man. Happy birthday, Thomas. Happy birthday, Thomas, man. Have one on me. Yeah. So I don't know. It's gonna be interesting. I guess we're down to second cornerback, and then we're probably going to conclude this. Second cornerback for me right now, it's Mike Hughes. But Hamilton looked good last week, so I wonder if Mike Hughes doesn't play this week. I think he's a clear number one. If Mike Hughes does play this week, it's up for discussion. But if Mike Hughes doesn't play and everybody else does, then we already know who the number one is, right? We already know. Who do you guys think is the number one cornerback two? And who do you think is the nickel cornerback? All right. Drop that in the chat for me. Who is cornerback number two? And who is the nickel cornerback? If you would be so kind, drop that in the chat. I'm gonna say it's oh boy. I'm gonna say it's Mike Hughes. And I'm gonna say it is D Alford. I'm gonna say Mike Hughes and D Alford. So Mike Hughes right now looks to be the number one. And I'm gonna say D Alford is the nickel corner. Yeah, Clark Phillips is pretty good. I don't. Clark Phillips is really good. He low key reminds me of, oh God, what's the dude's name that played for the Falcons? Golly, then he played for the Bucks. Brent Grimes. He reminds me low key a little bit of Brent Grimes. I'm okay with Clark. King Jaffe says, like what I seen from Kevin King in the preseason. Yeah, me too. Me too. Me too. Me too. Thank you, Larry. Yeah, it was Brent Grimes. And let me tell you something. For a guy his size, Brent Grimes had some ups, man. That's a rare individual that can jump with 6'5" dudes. Like, I'm just gonna need y'all to give him his props, man. That brother had some ups. Okay. I had some ups too until I tore two ligaments in my ankle, and now I have a 1 inch vertical because life is cruel. But anyway, all good. I was never gonna go anywhere in my career anyway, so it's all good. Uh, but yeah. Well, guys, let me tell you something. This is for my ATL Sports One. Grimes was a dog. Yes, he was. This is for my ATL Sports One. Please go to YouTube and like and subscribe. Please go to YouTube and like and subscribe. I will be back next Friday and we can do this again. It has been great chatting with you guys. I had a wonderful time. Thank you for sharing your valuable time with me. Thank you for joining with me. And my shout outs, first of all, I got to thank everybody in this chat who joined and participated. I thank you guys so much because you didn't have to take your valuable time and spend it with me. And I thank you and I am so appreciative. And hey, man, I'm looking forward to when we can do this again. Gonna try and do this every Friday evening, usually between, let's say, 7:30 to 8:30. Seems like a good time. So if you guys are out and about, or if you can join me, please feel free to. And I really enjoyed this, guys. I really did. Let's see. King Jaffe says, I don't know if you touched on it or not. Troy Anderson. I think Troy's a stud. I think Troy's a stud. When Troy Anderson went out, and I'm glad you brought that up. The reason it's so good to have Troy Anderson back is because Troy Anderson is a great cover linebacker, which means you can blitz Caden Ellis. And Caden Ellis is a great, not good blitzer. Great blitzer. Excellent blitzer. Great blitzer. So I think Troy Anderson is going to play a very big part because he is an excellent cover guy. I think Troy Anderson runs like a 4.4, maybe. He can fly. I know he can run faster than me, which isn't saying much. I'm 54 and fat and gelatinous, and I probably run like a 6'5. But back in the day, I was pretty fast. My brother could tell you I was pretty fast. I wasn't as fast as our cousin Bob, and we'll get into that story another time. But yeah, Troy Anderson is very fast. He's a cover guy. King Jaffe says 4-4. Thomas says, thanks, T. Will. Brother Thomas, you don't have to thank me, man. I'm so proud to be associated with you. You and Jack started this Rise Up tour, and I just think it's a great thing, man. And brother, hey, man, I celebrate you. Happy birthday. Go out and have one for your boy, man. Have one for your boy. Be safe, but have one for your boy. King Jaffe says 4-4, and he's right. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you again. Secondly, I want to thank God because without him, I'm not here. I thank God. I love God for everything that He's done for me and continues to do for me. And I'm going to do it on every show, at least every show that, I don't know, mine. Um, I want to thank Jack Spade. Without Jack, I wouldn't be here. I want to thank Eric Parker. Those two were instrumental in getting me in line to do a podcast, and I got to thank them. Obviously Eric is my brother and I love him. Victor's my brother and I love him. But Eric, I wouldn't be here without you, bro. And you know where I'm coming from. Jack wouldn't be here without you. I want to thank you. I also want to thank Mr. Thomas Scott, because Thomas has been nothing but supportive, always looking out, always encouraging. When my mom was dying, Thomas said some things to me that really lit a fire under me, man. And I cannot thank you enough, brother. So I got to say thank you to these gentlemen. Lastly, hey, guys, be safe out there. I know it's the weekend, a lot of things going on. Be safe, enjoy yourselves, enjoy your weekend. Hey, man, go Falcons. Love it. Rise up. Love it. Thank God for these moves, man. And I will see you guys next Friday. I'm out. Enjoy yourselves.